On June 13th, 2025, just before dawn, the world jolted awake. Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a sweeping preemptive strike deep into Iran. More than 200 fighter jets roared over Tehran, Natanz, Tabriz, waves of airstrikes targeting nuclear facilities, missile sites, and the homes of top Iranian commanders. They killed key IRGC leaders, including Hossein Salami, Mohammad Bagheri, Gholam Ali Rashid, alongside several prominent nuclear scientists. Imagine waking up to sirens in your bedroom, your city on lockdown. That's what happened in Israel. Nationwide AIR raid. Sirens blared, schools closed, shelters opened. In Iran, fireballs erupted across Tehran. Explosions shook Natanz, and amid the chaos, Iran struck back, launching over 100 drones toward Israel, intercepted by the IDF. This isn't ancient history. It's today. So let's step back, in time and in meaning, so we can grasp why this moment matters, how it shapes the future, and what it has to do with you. A shot from the past. Over 75 years ago, Israel was born in hope and turmoil, an island of survival carved from years of persecution. From the start, its leaders embraced a doctrine: we will preempt to prevent. In 1967, Israel's Operation Focus struck Arab air forces before they could bomb Jerusalem. In 1981, Operation Opera destroyed an Iraqi nuclear reactor long before Saddam could threaten. These are not uncommon. These are Israel's patterns of anticipatory force. Similarly, Iran, with roots in the 1979 revolution, has pursued nuclear energy as a prestige project and a shield. Then President Ahmadinejad bragged about enriching uranium beyond peaceful use. But for the West and Israel, that felt like standing at a railroad switch before a train launch. If Iran crosses the line, it's too late. Fast forward to October 2020, when Iran's Qasem Soleimani was assassinated near Baghdad, another preemptive act. One decisive drone fired in the dark, shifting power lines across the region. The message: you plan, we strike first. That's the stage. On June 13th, 2025, it plays out again, like déjà vu with nukes. Operation Rising Lion. The attack revealed picture this: pitch-black skies, Israeli jets streaking overhead, silently, a digital symphony of missiles and drones taking out radars, missile launchers, and uranium centrifuge halls. Homes in Tehran shatter. Fireballs burst. Senior generals are gone. Prime Minister Netanyahu calls it a clear and present danger. Iran was mere months from weaponizing enough uranium for 9 atomic bombs. He warns, this operation will continue as long as it takes. Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei, seethes. Israel will pay a heavy price. Within hours, over 100 drones launched toward Israel, but the Iron Dome, Arrow, Patriot, and enhanced air defenses intercept virtually all. Israel's streets empty, hospitals go underground, pride parades cancelled, schools closed, businesses shuttered, a civilian world forced into wartime vigilance. Meanwhile, oil spikes 6%, markets jitter, world leaders scramble. Diplomats who had sat across negotiating tables trying to revive a nuclear deal watch as missiles interrupt conversations in Oman and Brussels. Why it matters and how it touches you. Think back to a time you sensed a threat before it arrived. Maybe a health scare, getting tested before symptoms show, or a financial slowdown. You tighten your belt just before payday. That's preemption, believing that early action can save. even if it means discomfort now. But what if your preemptive move hurts others too? That's the moral dilemma at play. Maybe you're a parent tucking kids into bed. You can't ignore threats, terrorism, climate change, economic downturns. You prepare, build an escape kit, plant the savings, reinforce the doors. Every small step is preemptive protection. Israel saw a threshold being crossed. Iran, enriched to 60%, built centrifuges, nearly point of no return. In its judgment, acting before nuclear breakout was a matter of survival. But the result, civilians hurt in Tehran neighborhoods, drones flying over Tel Aviv. Now the region is teetering. Asylum seekers, oil disruptions, global anxiety. In your own life, preemption requires balance. We check our budgets, yes, but not by raiding a neighbor's wallet. We prepare for hurricane season, but we don't burn down the town to save ourselves. What's next? A world at a crossroads. So, where do we go from here? Escalation or de-escalation? Will Iran escalate further? Missiles, Hezbollah, cyber attacks? Or will cooler heads prevail, diplomats step back in, and the battlefield cool? Nuclear negotiations, baking or burning. The US was set to open fresh talks in Oman. That moment is now in jeopardy. Will the talks resume, or will incidents spark new clones of the 2015 deal collapse? Global ripple effects, oil volatility, refugee flows, regional instability. Markets react, and millions of lives ripple outward. Your smartphone bill, your gas pump, your grocery prices. They know what's happening here. Lesson for the everyday. Preemptive action can feel right in the moment, but it carries costs. We all face choices. Act now, risk unintended consequences, or wait and risk greater harm. The Israel-Iran flashpoint is a global mirror of our personal whirlwinds. In the summer of 2025, two nations stand on a knife edge. Israel, haunted by genocide, determined not to repeat history. Iran, pushed by pride, mistrust, and its own national narrative, both moved by fear, vigilance, ambition. What if you faced a choice like theirs? Would you strike first or wait? Protect or risk? Love or punish? This isn't academic. It's the same crossroad we face in our own lives. Protect our families, our futures, and our planet. Preempt, but with awareness that even deliberate acts carry consequences. And right now, with every siren, every missile, and every drone intercepted, history is watching. Germany's 20th century wars reshaped Europe. America's nuclear brinkmanship shaped the Cold War. Israel's strike on Iran at this very moment may define a century. If today's story resonated, leave a comment. What would you do? Strike before it's too late, or wait to see? Hit like if you want deep dives on Middle East flashpoints. Subscribe for other episodes that turn headlines into human stories. Because history isn't ancient. It's happening now, and it shapes us. Every one of us, no matter where we live. Thanks for listening.